Hi, and welcome to the Ask Dr. Joanne show. I am your host, Dr. Joanne Frederick. I'm a licensed professional counselor in Maryland, D.C., Virginia. I'm a mental health therapist, and I'm the author of Copology. Today, we are going to talk about emotional intelligence. And I have Princess, our producer, with us, who is going to speak with us today. Come on in, Princess.
Hello.
Hi. So, emotional intelligence. I was interviewed on Forbes Health about this topic, maybe about 3 weeks ago, and they published it last week. And then 2 days ago, there was an incident that we kind of spoke about in a previous show with Will Smith and Chris Rock. And to me, it also relates to emotional intelligence. But I want to generalize emotional intelligence to help our viewers. So, first, let me define emotional intelligence as I defined it in the article. It is the ability to use, understand, and manage one's own emotions in a positive way, to manage stress, communicate effectively,
Mhm.
de escalate issues, problem solve, and empathize with other people. That's what emotional intelligence is to me.
Okay. Well, it's interesting that that is how it's defined because we see a lot of adults that actually struggle with this.
I agree. I think that there are different types of intelligence, right? Including financial, musical, cognitive intelligence,
Hmm.
and there's also emotional intelligence, and I use those other examples to show or display that um it could be children who lack emotional intelligence,
Hmm.
adolescents, young adults or the elderly. It doesn't matter. It could be any of those. So that's a good point that you bring out.
Well, so I guess the first thing that I always think about is I think about the kids because I think about my own kids and the younger ones don't care that everybody has stuff on their schedule to do. They want what they want in the moment. And then the older one, my bonus son, he's 18. And so we're actually see him make decisions that not only affect himself, but they're with the thought of how it affects the rest of the family. So if he's got something that he wants to go to and he needs a ride, he'll actually, put things on the calendar so that we can plan, to give him transportation to whatever it is he's trying to do, or he'll find a friend that he can ride with. So these are things that I'm seeing him actually do, that actually show his emotional intelligence versus his siblings where they don't care.
Hmm. I think so. Emotion intelligence, like when I think about it, I could break it down into three areas. So one is as it relates to relationships and
Mm-hmm.
friendships. Another
Mm-hmm.
area is as it relates to the workplace
Mm-hmm.
and leadership, and then also as it relates to you personally. So the
Mm-hmm.
personal and emotional intelligence is we being personally aware of what we're feeling, what we're thinking, how to articulate it, the right place and time, how to problem solve, how to de escalate an argument, a fight, a disagreement. That's the personal one. I
Mm-hmm.
would say the friendship and relationship would be, in all relationships and friendships, there's disagreements, but we have to know how to manage it, our emotions within that disagreement, how to de escalate the issues, and
Mm-hmm.
even how to empathize with the other person. The
Right.
empathy is kind of like being able to listen through what someone is going through in a disagreement with you. Listen, hear it before responding. Many times we act like we're hearing or listening, but we're really thinking about our next response before we actually even heard what the person say. That's
Mm-hmm.
not being emotionally intelligent. And then I would say that in the third area, which is leadership in the workplace, um, when you're a leader, a boss or supervisor in the workplace, you have to be able to listen and empathize to the people that you serve. And
Mm-hmm.
then when you listen and empathize, you should be able to problem solve. And so that's what the emotional intelligence looks like. There's even statistics that shows that leaders that have high emotional intelligence, their workers report higher job satisfaction, and that's emotional intelligence.
Okay. Now, when I think back to when I was working for someone, their emotional intelligence, I can think of people that maybe they did not have a whole lot of people skills. Like maybe they were qualified to do a particular job because of a piece of paper, but they had not actually um, experienced a lot or had not been very good with social settings. And so it made them very difficult to be a supervisor because they couldn't empathize or understand the people that they had working for them. I've actually seen that quite a bit. Like I've seen where maybe a supervisor didn't have any children, and so they couldn't relate to the issues that, a parent or a single parent might endure. And so it caused them to make decisions and judgments that were not realistic for the person that they were, maybe working with. And then I've seen some of those same people have children, and now all of a sudden they have this understanding or this aha moment of, oh my gosh, like, I really need to go back to that person and apologize for how I handled the situation, because they just didn't know, they didn't have that experience under their belt. So I definitely have been on the receiving side and the deliberating side of that emotional intelligence and see the difference in people.
Definitely, definitely. And so, I think since we're talking about emotional intelligence and we're given like some heads up on, what it is, I think I could give some tips on how to increase emotional intelligence. So, for viewers out there who personally would like to increase theirs, or someone who needs to, here are some tips. So, one of the tips is being able to be aware of what you are feeling. Everyone don't have the words to describe how they're feeling. So there are emotional wheels with all types of feeling words and colors kind of to indicate that emotion. That would help an individual be able to say, I feel angry, I feel hurt, I feel disappointed, I feel frustrated. So that's the first thing, is that internally we being able to identify our you do with those feelings. So if I feel hurt right now, what do I do? Do I need someone to apologize to me? Do I need to talk about it? Do I need to get my own frustrations out physically, like going for a run, going for a walk? What do I need to do to help me resolve these feelings? That's another. But we have to place that somewhere. One of the place where it's not good to place it is being silent about it.
Mhm.
We go through a lot of things, traumas from the past to recent things that happen. And when we choose to not talk about it or deal with it, that's
Mhm.
not an emotionally intelligent, wise decision.
Okay.
And so those are some of the tips. Another thing, well, lastly, too, is to talk about those feelings, right? Not just identify it to yourself, but talk about it to someone else, friend, family, licensed professional.
Mhm.
And all of that would help increase our emotional intelligence. And it's never too late.
I love that. I love, like, as you were sitting here, I was listening to what you were saying, and I was thinking of settings that I could apply that to. Just asking, a loved one how they're feeling actually does change it, because it makes them actually, because most people say, oh, how you doing today? And people say, oh, I'm fine. But when you actually change to how you feeling, and I realize you do that in every conversation, that is your greeting. So I like that.
Yeah, and I'm serious about it. So if someone is like, I'm not doing too good, well, let's talk. Get it off your chest now,
Right.
I think that it's nice to be highly emotionally intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
It gets you a far way in life. And that is even being kind, apologizing, saying I'm sorry. All of those words are highly emotionally intelligent people say and do all of those words that I just said.
Okay.
So, viewers, you have questions for us, comments, put it in the chat after you view this video. And please share this video to anyone you know that can benefit in a good or, way of improvement. Share the story. Once again, we are happy you're here, and we will see you again on another episode.
Excellent. That was a good one.
I think that was a good one. I think I was more prepared, more poised, more, and I think it's because I had a document. So I do, my little notes kind of help at times, like what direction I'm going. But also, I do have to go. I have an 11 o'clock appointment.
Okay.
So at least we got 2 shows in.
Yep, we got
And
2
we're
shows
still
in.
airing every week a new show.
I think that we need these 2 so that we have something for this week and we have something for next week.
Yeah, but a couple weeks ago we did Pastor K. We did something else. Did we air everything already?
I believe that everything we have was already aired as of this past Sunday.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So this one, do you think that we can, the Will Smith one and this, do we have to wait till Sunday?
No, if you want, we could air the Will Smith one, tomorrow, and then air the second one Sunday.
Or, hold on, tomorrow is
Wednesday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's air it as soon as possible because, there's a hype about it. So might as well get it out the way.
Okay.
Thank you. I can't wait to do. I was excited to do the others because now I'm in that mode,
Right.
But
well, just look at your schedule. Let's carve out another hour, and maybe we can, just put this on a schedule.
Yes.
Every week, and then you could start maybe increasing. Maybe you do one on Wednesdays and one on, release something on Wednesdays and release again on Sunday.
Works for me.
Okay. Talk later.
All right. Bye-bye.